What up, what up, what's going on? I still need some practice for this tournament I'm going to be playing in, so figure what better opportunity than to just, play some more Blitz chess, Again, the tournament starts on Wednesday. It's Monday night now. Yeah, I'm just going to get right into it and see how it goes. So, all right, 5 minutes against a Volcano Explorer. And I see this window I can't see his rating entirely, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And then hopefully that doesn't overlap. So I'm just going to adjust this picture just a little bit. All right, cool. So, Volcano Explorer. All right, so e4. I'm going to go e4 against Volcano Explorer. -3. And then bishop c4. This is what everyone is playing these days, the Gucco piano. But I'm going to play it nice and boring. I'm not going to go c3 and all that stuff. I'm just going to play nice and boring. Just develop my pieces and see where that gets me. And h3 is just early h3 to stop bishop g4. And just going to play. This is how like beginners normally play chess. They just develop all the knights and then put the bishops on squares and stuff. But I don't know. Something tells me this could be effective. So I didn't really want to play bishop takes e6, but I think I'm going to have to. And the reason I didn't want to play bishop takes e6 is because normally after f takes, black has a really solid position there. But I'm going to break with d4 now and see where that gets me. Again, a lot of times bishop takes e6, f takes e6. The double pawns aren't really a weakness because they control the central squares. Specifically the d5 square, the e6 pawn controls the d5 square, and it gives black the half-open f file. So normally it's not such a huge deal. So queen d7, okay, makes sense. I'm gonna go queen d2, and I'm gonna think about castling queenside myself. It looks like black's gonna castle queenside, so I might as well follow suit. At knight e5, I did see that as a possibility. The idea is to go knight c4, so now I'm going to go queen e2 to defend against that knight c4 threat. A little bit of prophylaxis. Yeah, if we take stock of the position, I think white is a tiny bit better, just because white has a little bit more space in the middle. But black should be totally fine here. But I still think white is just a touch better. Because I have, I think my pawn breaks are a little bit more attractive right now. I have f4 on deck if I want. So, yeah, I think I'm just a tiny bit better. So castle's fine. I'm going to castle as well. And I maybe should have been a little bit wary of bishop a5, actually. All right, so knight c6 back. That shouldn't really scare me at all. So the question is, do I want to trade these knights? I don't think so. I'm not going to trade those knights because I think my knights on. I think if trading some of the pieces in the middle might help white because white's lacking space. So I think trading was not a good idea. And I'm going to play bishop takes b6. And I don't know if I can get it. If I could somehow get in like e5, that'd be really nice. So I'm going to start with f4. Because if I can get an e5, that might be a really nice move. But f4 also is just a good space gaining move. Alright, so e5 is a very double-edged decision, and I don't really like it because now it's going to be not very difficult for black to play d5 if I close the center with f5 now. And I think now it's going to be very difficult again for white to get in this d5 move. But maybe queen f7 prepares d5 just like that. I thought it was going to be harder to execute, but maybe not. So I guess black is just trying to play d5 and think nothing of it. And I definitely got to stop that. So I'm going to go queen b5, just putting an extra piece on the d5 square. Because I really can't allow this d5 break. I can't imagine having anything after that. So queen b5, at least for the moment, just sort of stops d5. And I think if I'm able to consolidate and black isn't able to break with d5, white will definitely be better because I have more space now, that's for sure. I may even be able to entertain attacking prospects if the knight ever leaves c6. Might be able to go like queen a4 and knight b5. So first I'm going to go g4 to shore up my f5 pawn and to take a little bit more space on the queen side. And again, I think I might have something here if I'm able to just lock down on the d5 push. Because now it's just white's starting to get a little bit cramped here. Excuse me, black's starting to get a little bit cramped here. So, rook d7. Okay, it's clear what white's trying to, what black's trying to do. Prepare d5. I'm gonna go rook d3, another move that's sort of just doubling and trying to stop that, and then rook hd1. And you can see we're both like playing this sort of game within the game with d5. And knight c6 was that move I was saying, well, maybe black gets in knight c6, but I thought it might be a little bit tough to execute because I thought I might have queen a4 and knight b5. So I'm going to go for that. Queen a4, and then if d5, I'm going to go knight b5. And the idea is to just threaten queen a7 check. And if the knight goes back to c6, well, maybe I have rook c3. Oh, knight c8. I missed that one. That's a strong move, knight c8. Wow, I actually missed knight c8. That's a very annoying move because if the knight went to c6, I would have just been able to bother it. But that was a strong move there, knight c8. I missed that one. Annoying. Yeah, so black is actually totally fine because of this knight c8 move. Ah, that is so annoying. And I can't really allow the queen to activate. If I trade on d5 twice, the queen gets activated. So, man, I'm going to go knight c3 and cut my ties, admit my loss. Admit my mistake, and trade the rooks this way. But now my d3 pawn might be a little bit weak after rook takes d3. Now knight d6 I anticipate happening. And it's going to be a battle over the e4 square. Knight d6, I'm going to have to go knight d2 probably, because my knight on b3 was just getting dominated by black's pawns. And yeah, now we have an endgame where black should be totally fine, but I'm still going to entertain playing for something more because maybe the e5 pawn is a little weak in an ideal world. Alright, so knight d5. I'm going to go queen b3. Might be a nice little pin. Oh, of course I missed the fact that both my pawns are attacked here. That's no good. It's really no good, actually. Now black's just up a pawn for nothing, and now I'm fighting for a draw here. I totally missed knight f4. It was really sloppy of me. And now black should just have smooth sailing game. I'm going to shut up and move quickly, and hopefully maybe I can sort of draw out a mistake, but I definitely should lose this one. So yeah, this H pawn is just too strong. It's a runner, as they say. And I'm going to resign because now my knight is also really badly placed. Ah, that was a sloppy game. I had the advantage for a while. I had more space and all of that. But I definitely, after knight b5, I missed black's defensive move, knight c8, and that really put me, set me back a little bit. So, not smooth there. Yeah, what can you do? I'll definitely be a little bit smoother with the conversion this time. Because, I mean, I definitely had a reasonable position. I think I had a slight advantage. I had more space. That's like, all those factors are like right in my wheelhouse. So, you know, can't get caught slipping in your wheelhouse. But rest assured, I also don't lose positions like that in long games. It's not in my DNA. So, all right. So d4, knight f6. I'm gonna go for something sharp because I didn't like how I lost in tepid fashion there. So I'm gonna play a little bit sharper now. Go for a King's Indian. Bishop g5. I forgot the name of this line, but it's very unusual with e3. I never really thought it'd be too challenging. But all right, so c5. So now we have sort of like a Benoni on our hands if I play e6. I'm gonna delay e6 actually. Could probably go for something else. Go knight a6. I'm just gonna delay it. I think I'm gonna go for like the knight c7 b5 plan. I always thought this was like when you play e6, white clearly understands what to play against, right? Because with e6, the idea is to essentially it'll be like a Benoni structure, and white will play against the d6 pawn, the weak backward pawn, and just have a clear target. And so if you delay e6 or you don't play it at all, white sort of has to come up with a clear-cut plan for playing. And so, to a certain extent, yeah, it's just developing, castling, and then waiting for the weakness to come. But I don't know, it's just an interesting way to do it. So rook b8 here, I'm sort of trying to draw a4, yeah, because now my knight will go back to b4. Now that a4 has been played, my knight will go to b4. And you might say, well, that took a long time, and it did. But and maybe I wasted time with rook b8 now, because now it's not really doing anything there. But now at least the knight has a secure square in the camp, in black's camp, in white's camp. And hey, that's a small victory. We like the small victories. So I'm going to start with h6 here, and then I'm going to go bishop f5. And the idea is that I want to play bishop f5 before white gets the chance to play e4, because now I might have ideas of playing like bishop c2, or just playing g5 and bishop g6, and having that bishop tucked back on g6 is nicer than having this bishop on the c8 h3 diagonal where it's not really doing anything. Always super important to connect your rooks too. So yeah, so rook c1. Okay, so white was actually worried about like some piece going to c2. I probably think that's wasn't a huge worry, or shouldn't have been, but I'll take it. And now rook c1 should afford me the time to do something else. So the question is, what is it? I'm going to start with g5 because it pushes the bishop back to g3. And then I think I'm going to go knight e4. And again, it's very important I get all this in before black is afforded the opportunity to play, or before white has played e4. So, so now at least I have some counterplay. Now you can see the b2 pawn is hanging. My bishops are pretty active, actually. I'd say they're probably a little bit more active than white's bishops. So queen b3 is a little bit strange to my eye because it's sort of an awkward way to defend the pawn, but maybe it makes sense. It connects the rooks at least. I really want to go b5 here, but I'm going to start with a6. Knight d2, and then bishop g6, and yeah, it's not so bad. Now I might have f5 in the cards. g5, interesting. I'm going to go f5. I'm feeling aggressive. Seizing the moment. Maybe I can play f4 now. So f4 for white, very interesting way of stopping f4, playing it itself. The question is that a weakness or a strength? Maybe it's a strength, but I'm going to play g4, and now it's going to be a little bit tricky because now the bishop on e2 and the knight on d2 are really lacking squares. So, I mean, white could try to liberate with e4, but then I might have bishop d4 check. So, I don't know if it's tough to say who benefited from this f4, g4 stuff, but I don't think I should be worse here. I think my pieces are a little bit better suited for the pawn breaks. All right, so bishop h4, I expected that, trying to sort of claim some sort of purpose on the diagonal there. I'm going to go king f7. It's very radical, but the idea is just to play rook h8 really quickly. It's also tempts white to maybe go e4. So yeah, so knight f1, I'm going to go rook h8. And maybe g3 here, I might actually sacrifice the exchange with rook takes h4 and queen h8. So yeah, bishop h4, bishop g5 is definitely a little bit more responsible. But I'm still skeptical of the setup for white. So bishop g5. Yeah, I'm going to go rook h5. I think sacrificing the exchange here is a really, really strong option. I'm going to go rook takes g5 if I get the opportunity. Because, again, the dark squared bishop is really the only piece that's sort of holding together white's position. So, yeah. And now after f takes g5, I'm going to go bishop e5 before white has a chance to go rook f1. But maybe this doesn't work tactically. I don't know. Maybe if there's some knight takes f5 tactic, I'm in trouble. King f2. Okay, I'm happy to see that. That means there was no tactic I missed. And I really need to get to that g5 pawn, so I'm going to go e6. It's sort of crazy to put your king out here like this, but I need to get to that g5 pawn as soon as possible, and that was the way to do it. And my king is sort of safe on e6, actually. There's no real way to check it or anything. And the knight on b4 is covering the squares, and the queen on b3 is looking like a mighty airy. It only has a few squares, so I'm liking the situation. So e4, that was sort of expected. I'm not really worried about it. I don't have to take. This king is so airy, so I think I can throw in a check and then another check, and that's probably it. So check here. Yeah, and that's the game, because if king f2, I have rook h8 check, and then queen h3 block, and then I wouldn't even take the queen right away. I'd play queen f4 check, and that would be the game. Or g3 check, actually, and then king takes g3, and then queen f2 check. Anyways, there would have been checks to mate, so pretty funny, my king on e6, but again, that exchange sacrifice sort of felt good to me because it was really the one piece sort of guarding white's camp. All right, so let me try e4 again, get some something out of the last game where I lost in a bad way. All right, so this system with c6 and d5 and a fianchetto on the king side is called the Gurganitsa. It's an interesting way for black to play, but I always thought that if white keeps the tension in the middle, white should just be better, honestly, because you can't really play knight h6, f6, and knight h6 and all this stuff and hope to have a serious advantage. I hope to have a real serious position. And so I'm just going to keep the tension as long as I can and see where that gets me. So e5, that shouldn't really be a good move, should it? So I think I have to take. And then I want to just go, I thought I was just going to go bishop g3. And it just seemed to me that the e5 pawn will be a little bit weak. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe I did something wrong, because now now black is able to secure the center quite nicely. But I'm gonna play knight c4 and put some pressure on that e5 pawn really quickly. Or should I go bishop c4? Knight c4 or bishop c4? I'm gonna go knight c4. Or bishop c4, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go bishop c4. Because that bishop on d3 wasn't doing anything, and I don't know, knight c4, then knight c6, and I don't know, it seems trading those bishops would be good for me. Alright, now knight c6 makes sense, fair enough. I'm going to go a4 to secure my knight on c4 for a little while longer. And yeah, I'm going to go queen d3 or queen b or c3. I'm going to go c3. And then queen b3. You might say it's not so smart to pin myself, and I would say you're probably right, but I don't know. Alright, so I am pinned here. I need to unpin myself. I'm going to go a5 here. It's sort of a radical decision, but I think it's important that I open up the a file and get some counterplay while I can. Yeah, I was lucky to have knight takes d4 here as a tactic, because otherwise my position was just going to crumble. At least here I get some counterplay. Now rook d8 will come. No! D takes c3. That's a brilliant move, actually. I totally missed that one. Really nice move, d takes c3. And now I'm in some deep, deep trouble here. But I might get out of it with rook takes b6 here. Maybe getting one of the key pawns and still attacking one of the pieces. But man, another sloppy game. A lot of tipsy-turvy moments, and I don't know what's even going on here. I'm going to get one of the pieces back, but rook takes f3. What a shot. So what happens if I take? Oh, then just knight d4. Ah, I see. Well, that was a good move. So I have to try and harass best I can. But this position is just over. I'm going to try and set up some stupid-looking fortress, but it should work. Man, this is too annoying, man. I'm just in the grindstone here. Yeah, this is just all she wrote. In fact, Black could have just played Queen G2 the next move, and I'd just be over. But man, I cannot believe I lost that opening. That opening is total garbage with this like Gurganitsa system here. Total rubbish. But I don't know. Bishop F after Bishop F4, maybe E5. Bishop F4 is already a mistake because E5 could be played so easily. So maybe should have played something else. But all right, whatever. Moving on. Now I'm what, 1-2 or something? 1 win, 2 losses. So I gotta get back in the. I gotta at least get 50%. At least get to some level of respectability, you know. I will say though that the last tournament I played, the World Open, actually, I did all right coming back into action. I gained rating, which is always a good thing, and for a while there, I was really fighting against a lot of really strong players. The problem for me, at least in the long games, has been playing against 2600s. Actually, that's been the issue for me. Anyone 25 and below, any IMs, I'm good. It's the 20s, even the lower GMs, I'm good. It's the strong that is. Well, every player is strong, really, but it's the 20th century GMs that give me some problems. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm saying that while losing to 2100s or 2200s sometimes online, but it's a different game. It's a totally different ball game, and when we get to the chess, you know, that gets crazy. All right, so knight GE2. What is the idea there? I think it's to go. It's to go G4 stuff. So I'm gonna go H5. You know, there's a funny move here, knight G1, that no one plays, but it's actually pretty interesting. Because you can go knight G1 because H5 has been played, and then just reroute the knight to G5. Very interesting way to play. Instead, Black elects to, in this position, go for the castling queenside way, which has its own merits. But I don't like this quick F4, F5 that White is going for because it's really strategically risky in my opinion. I mean, if you don't secure the E4 pawn, you're going to be in real trouble because I can break open the position. So already here I'm thinking of maybe like rook takes C3 at the right moment. Like bishop takes C2, bishop takes C2, rook C3. I'm going to go queen A5 first, but I'm still looking at rook C3. I really have a knack for the exchange sacrifice. That's really sort of like my, in my wheelhouse, you could say. Because, I don't know, if I can get good pawn structure or just sort of unbalance the position in a way that's positional, then I feel at home. It's not even about the checkmate. It's about an imbalance that's positional in nature. All right, so king b1 is inviting this. Oh, even better, I have another way to go. I can go knight takes e4, which has the benefit of not being able, white not able to capture because I have queen takes a2 and queen a1 mate. So actually, a3 needed to be played in that position. After which I would have gone for bishop takes e2 and rook takes c3 with the exchange sacrifice. But yeah, this is going to be trouble. Alright, so queen e3, what does that do? What's the move here? I'm looking at d5 first. It just comes to mind to just unleash all the pieces. I'm going to go for it. I mean, in a normal world, I would just play knight takes g5, but and get the 2 bishops. But here, it just looks like d5 springs everything to life. So it's a really tempting move, and I couldn't help myself. Like at b3, I have bishop c5 all of a sudden, and yeah, there's just so much stuff going on, so much activity. d5 does loosen up my king just a little bit, but again, the activity here looks to me to be more valuable than anything else. So bishop h4, yeah, sort of a tepid move. I'm not really impressed. And I can go bishop c5 here. Which looks pretty dope. Now the queen, where's the queen gonna go? c1? Yuck. Yeah, not really impressive. And now you can't even take this knight because of the checkmate stuff. So I'm gonna go bishop b4, which just like is like I'm just loading up on the c3 square, and you can't even really do anything about it. So queen c1 was a mistake. White should have gone queen f3, but even so, I mean, I'm just loading up here. Yeah, and that doesn't solve anything, because now I can just play bishop takes c3, and yet b takes c3, c4 fails to queen b4 check, and that's it. So, yeah, Sicilian, man, sharp opening. But really quick secret here, after h3, e5, and knight d2, h5, there's this really amazing move. I encourage you to check it out. Knight ge2 to back to g1, undeveloping the knight on undeveloping the knight on e2 to sort of put it on f3 and then sort of eye the g5 square, which is now not covered because black was so keen to stop g4. And I've actually seen this in a few games. This knight g1 move. I think Jan Nepomucci played it. I know I'm I'm bludgeoning his last name, but yeah. All right, let me play one more game to get over 50%, I think, and then hopefully I'll be happy. So I'm gonna go King's Indian again because balls to the wall is just sort of the MO tonight, and the Samish. Samish is so annoying to play against. I'm going to go e6. It's something that Samish people don't face all that often, and it just sort of forces a new way of just a new way of playing. All right, he didn't bite on that pawn, so I'm going to go b6, and now White's probably going to go b4, and yeah, and then I'm going to go a5, and this is getting crazy. I'm going to take, and then b takes c5, and then knight takes c5, and then d4, or maybe knight takes e5. Which one is better, knight takes c5 or knight takes e5? I think knight takes e5 is a little bit more accurate. And then d4. And this was, I think, worked out all right for me because I shouldn't have had this sort of break so easily. So now I should be fine. I'm getting my piece back, and now white's so undeveloped. So I must have something here. So I'm gonna start knight c6, keep developing, and then maybe I go knight e7. Yeah, I saw bishop d5, so I'm gonna go knight e7 because now I'm eyeing the d5 square. All right, bishop g5. That's small potatoes, right? I could just go h6 till that get on my face. And I have the 2 bishops for my troubles. And knight e2 doesn't really do much about queen g5, which attacks 2 pawns. at once. So I'm doing really well here. F4, ooh, that hangs the G2 pawn and the H2 pawn. So I'm doing really, really well here. And yeah, interesting opening. I has managed to break it up really quickly. C6 is a smart move because it shuts in my bishop on C8 temporarily. But I'm going to go rook D8 because now that enables me to take the D file. But C6 was a smart move, just shutting my bishop in for a little while. Gotta find a way to get it out. Then I'm going to go bishop F8 to get my bishop in the game. My bishop on C8 is a prisoner right now, though, so I need to figure something out there. Interesting. He's trying. I don't wonder if he's trying to sack on G6. Nah. I'm gonna give a check on B4. And actually, if King F1, I actually have this amazing move, Bishop C8 or Bishop A6, because Bishop takes A6 fails to Rook D1 mate. So I think that's just the move that just sort of unlocks the position. I love when you find those moves that just unlock the position. Yeah, Knight C1. That can't be good. And now I'm just looking for mate pretty much. I'm going to go Bishop D2, which is a funny move that skewers everything. And then Queen G3. Yeah, that doesn't save you. That does not save you, my friend. Now I'm up a million pieces for the pawn, so a million pawns for the piece, so I should be good. Now I'm going to go Rook C4 and secure the C6 pawn. Things are going well. Things are shaping up to be just fine. Those pawns are really, really weak that white has, and they're isolated, and yeah, they're going to be gone in a moment. So, yep, resigns. Ooh, that was a nice game. I think I definitely broke it open with that sack early. White really should have maybe played when I played D5, gone for that pawn. But this sort of the B4 and A3 advances, like C5 coupled with B4 and then A3 advances for white, trying to justify all the space. Just did not make sense because white was just too undeveloped. So, but anyways, good to end on a high note. I'm starting to get sleep in my eyes. It was a long, long, long day at work. I think I worked like 10, 11, well, not 10 hours. I worked like 11, 12 hours today. So that's a long day for me. Maybe I'm just being sort of spoiled and privileged, but I'm exhausted. So peace. And one more thing. Check out the tournament. It starts on Wednesday. I might not be able to play tomorrow because I might have an engagement tomorrow night. But yeah, hopefully you can check out the tournament. Starts on Wednesday. Now, peace.